Are you ready, Adam?
Yep.
Adam, are we live? Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another Kang video on the Kangest Aussie YouTube channel in Australia. Welcome back to another RB20 AU episode. If you haven't seen the last ones, this is an RB20. This is our AU Falcon Ute drift school car. We blew up the intake and now we're putting in an RB20 Neo non-turbo and putting the turbo on it. The apprentice, TJ, has been doing most of the work. So yeah, we got the base sprayed up in a nice GDR gunmetal, painted up the covers in a nice blue in the last episode. And in this one, we're gonna be doing all the lines, fittings, plumbing. We got custom fuel lines from the custom surge tank, all the turbo lines, everything like that, piping, all the cool stuff. We got a big shipment from Zoo Performance. So we got power steering cooler, oil cooler, and all the lines and fittings, everything supplied by Zoo. Best in the business. Don't forget, KIR10 at checkout on the Zoo Performance website for 10% off. Get on it. Link in the description. Let's have a look at what we've got.
Jesus.
That's an unboxing. DJ, clean it up. DJ! Clean this shit up! Oh, hey, what's going on? So, as you can see, we're a big fan of the Zoo Performance products, and you should be too. If you haven't been on their website, go check it out. If you're planning a build, if you're doing a build, if you want to build, Zoo Performance, they do it all. Their website is really awesome to use, and I'm a big fan of it. So what we got? We got a heap of shit. We got all sorts of stuff. We got alloy weld-on fittings. More alloy weld-on fittings. So like a dash 4 ones, they'll be used for like cooler piping, boost references for our boost solenoid, for our wastegate. Dash 10s are used for rocket cover fittings. Got our AN fittings, or as Tylee likes to call them, AP, AT, A something, A don't know. Use all the Teflon fittings and the Teflon line. It's better. It's rated to a lot more PSI. The smell of ethanol doesn't seep through it either. They're real easy to use. So we've got an abundance of them. Dash 4, Dash 6, and Dash 10 we'll be using. Got some big Dash 10 fittings. So we got 2 coolers. One will be an oil cooler. So all our oil lines will be Dash 10. Our rocket cover breathers are also Dash 10. Our oil drains Dash 10. And then we've got another cooler that's gonna be our power steering cooler, and that's gonna be Dash 6. That's it. We got some line. Got a bucket load of Dash 6 Teflon stainless braided line. Thought I'd go the stainless look this time instead of the black. They have heaps of options. Think it'll look good with the black fittings. A little bit of spice for the AU engine bay. So our Dash 6, that's going to be all our fuel lines from the surge tank, our power steering lines, our coolant lines for the turbo. There's a lot of Dash 6. That's that. A little bit of Dash 4. We already have a fair bit over there, so I didn't get a heap more. But that's going to be used as our oil feed line for the turbo, as well as our boost lines for our wastegate. And then our Dash 10 rocket cover breathers and oil lines for the oil cooler. And we're using an oil filter relocation just because we wanted to run an oil cooler, and you need like a sandwich plate that goes on the block. We had one laying around that's made with like a oil filter relocation kit, which we can divert into an oil cooler. So we're using that. So oil filter's getting moved, so we can run an oil cooler, because it's what we had. All this Dash 10 stuff's just rubber. Because at the time of filming this, Zoo don't do a Dash 10 in Teflon, but it's coming soon. Got a nice billet fuel filter. So this thing's got a massive cleanable, reusable mesh screen in there, and 0 flow resistance. We use the same one in the barrel wags, making 800 horsepower. All this stuff is used in the barrel wags. Competitive drift car, 800 horsepower. Hasn't let us down once. That's reliability. I'll show you. bear with me. Aha, so you get two of these bad boys with the O-ring, and that screws into there. And now it's dash 6, ready for our dash 6 fuel lines, depending on what size fuel lines you're running. This car's not going to be making heaps of power, so 6 is quite big. Anyway, that's enough of that. TJ, make it work. Oh, hey guys. KIR 10. Links in the description. Spice! AU RB20 is getting lines and fittings. Corey! Been hard at it. Let's have a look. While the car's in there, we'll have a look. The surge tank is plumbed up. Zoo performance lines and fittings are looking spicy. So he's got the feed and the overflow for the surge from the tank. He had to drop the tank down. And thanks to the boys at Tech Bayswater, he was able to get some fancy fittings that actually clip on like this. So that's how the Falcons, they use some fitting. Do you know what they're called, Corey?
I have absolutely no idea.
So yeah, them, and you can convert that to an AN, so we can go to our AN lines. So he's connected them straight to the top of the tank where this would usually connect to, straight to AN, which is nice. Shout out Tech Bayswater for always having the weirdest shat that we always need. That looks spicy. We got fuel. Feeds into our 044 fuel pump, runs down and along through our Zoo Performance billet oil filter, fuel filter, which is gracefully mounted with some cable ties. While we're under here, TJ pulled the steering rack out and welded on some AN6 fittings for both the feed and the return, so we can run braid for the power steering lines, which Corey is starting now. So that's Kane. Goes right on the TIG, I guess. He's had a good teacher though.
He's definitely better than Jesse.
Oh, what was that? No, it's all in the coach. Anyway, we got some cool fittings in the engine bay as well, so we'll drop it down and have a quick look. If you're wondering why everything, including myself, is covered in dust, it's because I'm getting the AU sedan ready for paint. Oh, is that a spoiler? Is this video coming out after that?
I think so.
How's the order? It's got some spicy stuff going on, but don't worry about that, but I'm filthy. Don't at me. Just hold on one sec. Everything's filthy. But, so we got the motor, that's an engine. We got some 1000cc Bosch injectors. TJ crimped on the new plugs for them. We're using the factory fuel rail because, believe it or not, this is a budget build. We didn't want to go to an aftermarket rail and fuel rig.
Look at the 34. That made 400.
Yeah.
How much, whatever it was, 420 or whatever, on a standard fuel rail. It's literally exactly the same. It's just got a reg instead.
We're going to see what we can get out of the factory regulators and fuel rail. Should be fine. They're already a top feed. Injectors go straight in. So thanks to the boys at EFI Hardware for hooking it up. These are pretty keen. We chopped off like the barb section of the hard line, and you can get these fittings from Zoo. They're like a crush olive fitting, and they convert your hard line to braided line. It's like budget, not budget. Corey Y-wheeled the turbo. Oof, that's progress.
Hey, don't forget about the alternator.
All in the alternator.
We found out there's green parts on the alternator.
If you weren't aware, this is a R33 stock turbo that's a G2 high flow done by Hyperyear. We should be able to see 250 kilowatt if we're lucky on E85, but all the response, zero lag whatsoever. Over here, TJ polishing some pipes. So we spent about 6 hours sanding all these intercooler pipes, starting at like 180 grit, all the way up to 3000 grit. And now he's hitting them with the polisher.
Finally getting some results.
So if anyone needs their pipes polished, slide into TJ's DMs. He's getting pretty good at it. Knows his way around a pipe or two.
Can we put that on YouTube?
Yeah, that's fine. That's the AU build, mate. Anything goes on the AU.
AU. Uncensored AU content right here.
Sign up to our OnlyFans.
Only AUs. These will look spicy with that freshly painted covers. That's a fancy AU engine bay. Budget build. It's budget, but the budget's slowly getting blown out of proportion. That's what happens when Jason's in another country. So Corey's going to keep doing power steering lines. We're going to get our 2 Zoo Performance coolers mounted. I'm thinking maybe there and there, upside down. One for the oil, one for the power steering. And just keep cranking on some lines. Nah, we'll get the cooler piping, radiator hoses, exhaust on, lines, plumbing. It's really going to start to take shape. Preparing it for me to come through and hook up some wires.
Did you tape straight over the gasket?
Yup. It's just to stop shit falling, isn't it? I don't care.
What are you doing?
Why didn't you do it?
I'm waiting for you guys to fuck off so I can make some
Stop
noise.
slacking off!
Time for me to eat some food.
Again? You're gonna get fat. You're gonna have the Kangan gut too.
Yeah, exactly.
Join the Chomp Club.
How clear is this video though? Ooh. How's the quality? If you're enjoying the quality right now, it's thanks to Adam and his new camera.
I spent all my money.
Quick specs, bro.
That's
What do we got?
Sony FX30.
That's right. We're fancy.
Yeah.
We're professional. That's spicy. If you're wondering why I'm wearing gloves, because I'm about to paint the AU sedan. But, oof, Corey and TJ been going hard. You could call it that. They've been doing something, I think. He got his polished pipes on though. Woo! Not bad for a budget setup with a janky intake manifold. Polish a couple of pipes, paint a couple of things, and it looks alright. It's not bad. We got our fancy fittings here for the rocker cover. So yeah, they're like some fancy dash 10 banjo O-ring thing, so it can clear the pipe there. Pipe's looking good. Corey got the oil and power steering coolers from Zoo Performance mounted up front there. So that's adapted to dash 6 for our power steering, and then our oil cooler will go there. Oil lines will go there. What's next, TJ?
Just getting the belts on. Need to get a bolt for the adjuster because we don't have one. It's about that long. Other than that, we might, if you're lucky, polish the intake manifold, if you're lucky, which also means polishing that, and then we'll have to polish the turbo.
I'm feeling lucky.
Sounds like the snowball's like snowball.
Yeah, snowballing pretty hard. I gotta do the oil drain for the turbo and the oil feed
And the water lines.
and the water line.
So all the turbo lines.
Other than that, we've got the exhaust back in. That's all bolted up. Oh,
The tail shaft has been taken back to GJ drivelines. I may or may not have made a measuring error.
it was me.
It was definitely TJ. Bloody apprentice can't get anything right. I mean he measured flange to flange, minus your 20 mil you want to have sticking out the back of the box.
I didn't know that
And-
you're actually supposed to measure to the seal.
When you're giving a drive shaft or tail shaft measurement, you go from diff flange to where the seal in the back of the gearbox is. I gave them actual measurement flange to flange. And I probably should have explained that to them when I gave them the measurement.
When
he did it. They're going to see if they can put like a bigger yoke on so it sticks in the back of the gearbox more. It still engages by like 45 mil, but doesn't look right. Worst case, Corey will machine us up a spacer to just go on the diff. She'll be right, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Couple fiddly bits and the loom. Loom is soon.
Loom is soon. Stay tuned. Back to work.
Work health and safety. I'm putting in a claim right now.
It's almost done. Lines and fittings almost done. Corey and TJ have been doing lines and fittings. We're massing a catch can. So we got these fancy rock cover fittings that are low profile. They looked a lot smaller in the photos, but they're on there. They're more low profile than a standard 90. Corey got the AU throttle cable mounted a thing with a thing, and it'll let us hit all the limiter. All the oils lines are done. Got our oil filter placed here. Oof, that's spicy. With our oil cooler, spicy zoo bits. Not bad. Our Mac valve is plumbed up for our wastegate boost control. Like that. That's fancy. Oh, he's making a catch can. Because budget build. Can't afford to buy one. We'll pay Corey twice as much to make one. Oh!
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'm making a catch can. I might explain it a bit later on when it's a little bit more done. It makes more sense.
Alright, we'll be back with the Corey explanations that you all love. So yeah, he's folded up a bit of alloy. He's gonna start making it and then talk you through the basics you need for your catch can and your Nan's Corolla.
Corey's explanations.
That's a catch can. Goes in here.
Corey's
comes out there.
Corey's catch cans!
Basically, that goes in the car.
That goes in the car, does it?
Yeah, that goes in the car.
Amazing.
That goes in the car, air goes in here, comes out here. Done. No, we got the inlet from the rocker covers for the breathers. We'll go in through the steel wall. Then there's a little gap down the bottom, so it gets pushed in, oil hits like all in there, gets stuck in there. Also got more steel wool that sits in there. Put a drain valve on it, so we don't have to pull the thing out to drain it. That's a lid. This here, it's just got, it's a heavy duty foam filter. It covers over vacuum filters.
Wow.
Yeah, we cut that out just to stop it, like if any extra residue gets through, it sort of stops it. So it's just ventilation. Hopefully no oil comes out of it. Otherwise the catch can ain't catching much. Just welded up, done.
Perfect. Throw it in.
Throw it in the car, she'll be right.
That's a catch can. Corey scratched the Falcon out of the engine bay, pulling it in and out a million times. So thanks, Corey. I don't know how it sits. It's already scratched. Corey ruined it.
You scratched it.
Corey ruined the build. Nah, he did a good job. Can't talk too much smack. There's the 10mm batch. Lines, catch of the can. That's a catch can. Just waiting on a couple fittings for there to go to there, but yeah, you get the picture. Can that captures. Water lines are done on the turbo. Spicy. One of them feeds from here where it comes out of the head through the turbo and back into the radiator at the top there. That's coolant lines, aka coolant heater. And that's it.
I'm in the outro, Jesse. What are you doing?
I'm having a brain aneurysm. Boo. Well, it's not it. That's a power steering line that goes to nothing. We're waiting on a power steering reservoir from our boys. Pertec Bay's order. Hopefully here today, but we're gonna have to end this video here. Hope you enjoyed it. Doing a really good job. Hang around. In the next one, we wire the RB into the AU and we get her running. So that's exciting. Big shout out to the boys at Zoo Performance for all the gangster lines and fittings. Proven on the barrel wagon. and in all the other cars we've built, and they're sick. But that's Kang. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button if you did, and stay tuned for more.
That was one of your worst.
Feel like John Morant, need a triple double.